get the second half of the explanation. Okay. In Vipassana meditation, also, while we are not actively trying to move energy, we are also working with the perception of the body and unblocking it, opening up the perception of the body through attention, through consciousness, essentially, and through non-reactivity, through not grasping, not pushing away. So we feel our body sensations, we feel our thoughts, we label our thoughts, and as we get clearer on this, and as we stop pushing it away and holding on to the sensations or the thoughts, and they kind of start to dissolve a little bit more, become something more wave-like rather than particle-like. And so I find a lot of parallels there in the practice. Yeah, so we're going to start standing meditation, then we're going to do very simple Qigong breathing meditation where we're essentially doing this form of inhaling, exhaling, holding the hands in front of the belly for one breath cycle. And then inhaling again. And one breath cycle in front of the lower belly. And I will guide through this more. And then we'll transition into our sitting meditation for the second half of the practice. Yes. Okay. Is that all clear? Cool. We're just going to jump in and yeah, we'll guide. And of course, and then we'll finish on the hour, and always welcome to stay to share your experiences. Very happy to hear from you, but also okay if you need to go after 1 hour. Right, so I invite you to stand. And let's first keep the eyes open. And slowly, gently look around us. Just have a slow, meandering look around you. This is helping our nervous system orient. Looking left, looking right, looking behind, looking up, looking down. And take a deep breath. And then you can just allow the gaze to settle just softly straight ahead. And now start to notice your body, the feeling of standing. And the first principle of this Qigong standing is the release, the active release of that which is not necessary. So check in with the whole body. It's not a complete relaxation. We're not falling to the ground. We are still suspended by a string from the top of the head. But anything which is not necessary for this simple standing, you can release. Especially checking the shoulders, the jaw, the hips, the knees, the ankle. And you can also allow very subtle micro movements here. For example, the micro movement of the head, spine, just to check for tension. So this is not a rigid standing, this is a very alive standing. The second principle is to open the joints. So let's go through our joints, and you can imagine a little bit that you create a little bit of space in each joint by relaxing it. So instead of thinking the joints are like bone on bone, we just sense into maybe the millimeter, the 2 millimeters of space in between the joints. So let's start with the finger joints. All the joints in the hand. So many joints there. Gentle micro movement is welcome. A deep breath is also welcome. Checking the wrists, space in the wrist, space in the elbows, shoulder joints, collarbone joints, the joints where the ribs join the sternum, and all the small joints where the ribs join the spine in the back. And following the spine down, creating space, allowing space through your breath, all the way down the spine to your tailbone, releasing the tailbone. And forgot to say, but the feet can be about shoulder width apart, releasing the hip joints. The knee joints, the knees can be just slightly bent, not fully locked. Releasing the ankle joints. And all the joints in the feet until the toes. And the joints in the jumping to the neck. And there's that joint which connects the spine to the skull, the atlas joint. Gentle micro movement to release here, create space, open the joint. Allow each joint to relax from the center to the periphery of the joint. Floating joints, floating bones. And the jaw, where the jaw meets the skull. And let's take a deep breath. And use that exhale to create more space in the body. Then the head is hanging from a string. Top of the head is hanging from a string. Tongue is on the roof of the mouth. Gently relax. Releasing the shoulders. Dropping the elbows. The groins can be relaxed. The front of the hips can be relaxed. And the spine gently lengthens. Very micro stretch of the spine. Micro lengthening of the spine. Lengthening up the spine and relaxing down the front of the body. At any point, you are allowed to shift something that doesn't feel comfortable to find your standing posture. And we're using intent, we're using the mind, not force, to stand. Let's take a deep breath. And sigh it out. Micro movements create more space in the body. And you feel everything sort of sinks slightly. All the soft tissue of the body just kind of sinks down, maybe by a millimeter, which connects you to the ground. This is the sinking key. Ki is our life force energy. Ki is intangible, but it's something that is felt. It's the same concept as, or similar concept to prana in yoga, or piti in Pali. Relax the sit bones. This is standing. Feel the whole body standing. Suspended between earth and the sky. The human body connects earth and sky. The human body is a channel. We want to invite this channel to just open so that the energy of the ground can connect to the energy of the sky. So we can do this by relaxing hips, belly, inside the ribs, opening the neck. Relax surface of the neck, the back of the neck. Allow the energy to travel up towards the crown of the head. And the crown of the head connects to the openness, the spaciousness of the sky above you. And let's take a deep breath. And now we're going to begin with our breathing. So inhaling, the hands open, up to the sky. Exhaling, the hands come down the front. And then they pause just in front of the belly. Everything is nice and soft. Inhaling once into the belly. Exhaling. And we start again with this cycle. Inhaling, opening, welcoming, embracing the sky. Exhaling down, going with your own pace. And you feel sky energy coming into the body. Pausing in front of the hara, the belly, the dantian, the energy, furnace of the body. And one breath here. And exhaling. In your own pace. The form is not so important. What it looks like is not so important. Important is your feeling, connecting the breath and the movement and the sensation of energy. For now, we are allowed to visualize, imagine, and feel You can feel and imagine inhaling, drinking the liquid of the sky. As you exhale, that liquid comes down the body to the ground. As you inhale, as you pause, drinking the liquid from the ground into the hara, into the belly. Exhale, this energy spreads through the whole body. If you want, you can close your eyes. And a subtle tingling, a subtle vibrating, a subtle warmth starts to fill the body, the limbs, the fingers, maybe the belly, maybe the chest, maybe the head. Slow breathing. This is the sensation of ki, the life energy. The same energy that makes the plants grow, that makes the tree reach for the sky, that makes the tree root down and drink the energy from the ground. What matters is your experience, not what anyone else is experiencing right now, but what you are experiencing. Unifying the body, unifying the mind into just the flow of vibration, of warmth, of energy, of electricity, of tingling, of zing, of warmth, of aliveness, awakeness. Sometimes you might adjust the position of the feet to be more comfortable. More and more, just feeling. And coming to the final three breaths, final 3 rounds. And final round. Washing the body, cleaning the body. And then just coming step forward into just standing in just an empty space. A ma, a space between doings, just sensing open. Relaxing the pelvic floor, throat. Feel any energy, any tingling, vibrating, warmth in the torso, in the limbs, in the fingertips. And let's slowly find our way towards our sitting posture. And there's so much nuance here in the sitting posture. The same principles of the standing can be applied in sitting, opening the neck, releasing the shoulders, elbows, the top of the head, crown of the head suspended by a string, space in all of the joints, ever so slightly lengthening the spine, centered, and releasing down the front of the body, releasing the groins and the front of the hips, the hip crease. Everything opens and makes space to become connected, unified. And let's start to tune into the breath in the body, the breath as a whole, the breath as a wave in the vast openness of the body, in the vast ocean of the body. The breath as a wave in the vast ocean of the body sensation. And the surrounding space as the sky, open ocean, open sky, in the breath. And let's start to tune into any kind of vibration or tingling or warmth. Can be very tiny, very subtle. Student of mine also called it the zing of the body. Can be like a current of electricity. It's a movement, can be just a movement, subtle movement. Can be a sense of aliveness in the whole body, in the breath. Now we are not actively trying to move it or work with it. We are just observing what is there, not changing the breath, just observing as it is. We start shifting from samatha, which means calm abiding, to vipassana, which means clear seeing or seeing through. Some of you might be at a stage where you just sense more the sensory experience, the sensory phenomena of the body. Tingling, pressure, warmth, tightness, touching, heaviness, lightness. Like listening to sounds, we listen to the body. We listen with a gentle, kind openness. And just as we can listen to individual sounds, we can also listen just to the sound of sound, the sound of hearing, the vibration of hearing, whatever sounds create that vibration, whether loud or soft, far away or close, high or low pitched. And the same in the body. We can listen to individual sensations, the feeling of my hand, the feeling of pressure of the hips touching the floor, individual sensations, or just the feeling of sensation as a whole, the cloud of sensation of the body, the sensation of all sensations. This is listening to the layer of ki, of energy, of vibration. What if we treat our thoughts as just more vibration or more sounds, vibrations in the body, vibrations in your hearing, little wavelets. The key of thinking. Each thought has a certain energy to it, a certain vibration. The more we just feel it, less thinking about it, less thinking about the body, thinking about the sounds, thinking about the thoughts, just directly experiencing, directly feeling, directly knowing what is. And there might be a gradual refinement of experience. The solidity of the body refines into the experience of the body. The sensations of the body. The solidity of our thinking refines into thoughts, observable thoughts. And the sensations of the body further refine into finer, subtler vibrations or flow or key. And so also the experience of our thoughts can refine into subtler thoughts, thought vibrations, thinking wavelets. There's another term I came across recently from body mind centering, and they call this experience cellular breathing. It's the sensation of the smallest parts of you, your cells, breathing, expanding, contracting. A different rhythm than the breath, faster rhythm than your respiration. Each cell continuously breathes, inhales nutrients, oxygen, exhales waste, CO2, in continuous symbiotic relation to what's around it. And some parts of the body might feel like more frozen or stiff. Other parts will feel more open, feels more like the cells are really breathing. And those parts which feel more frozen, more solid, more stagnant, we can invite them gently with our intent to open, to release, to swim in gravity. Sometimes that helps to open these areas so that key vibration, resonance, the healing energy of the body, the healing field of the body can be throughout the body and in the mind also. And there's an even subtler layer than the vibration, than the key. And that is spaciousness, still, silence, the silence of consciousness, the silence of awareness. You might just notice a little bit of silence, stillness, openness around the periphery of all these vibrations, all these experiences. Doesn't mean the vibrations stop, doesn't mean the experiences or the thoughts stop. They continue. The sounds continue, the feeling of the body continues. But you're just noticing more and more the silence, the spaciousness around, behind, within. Just as there is space around our bodies, and there's space beyond the room we're in. And this spaciousness holds everything, holds all of you, everything you have been and that you are. All the doubts, fears, all the worries, all the thoughts you've ever had, all the feelings you've ever felt, all actions you've ever done, all words you've ever spoken. In this space is a kind, clear, forgiving, always there, even if we have never noticed. And it holds you now also with whatever you are experiencing. However, your ki is flowing. Let's invite this spaciousness into our bodies to literally drink it in with our inhale, to allow to fill our body, to allow us to take just a little more space, physically, energetically, to inhabit ourselves. Our form, our being, our physicality, where we started today. And you can take a deeper breath. And let's do one more deep breath together and hold our breath at the top for just a few seconds. Holding, relaxing. Feeling the space inside and relax and release. Okay. And welcome to slowly, in your own time, open the eyes. Do what you need to come to your ordinary reality, whether you need to stretch or move, or maybe you want to keep sitting still. Maybe you want to look out the window or look around you or drink a bit of water. or have a stretch. Um, okay.